Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with Jim McDonnell, trainer of course of James DeGale. We're here a week away now, or just over a week away from the Chris Eubank fight next week at the O2. First thing I wanted to ask you, I know this camp James has done a lot less long distance running than he's done in the past because of his Achilles problem that he's had. How has that kind of sat with you? Because I know you've always been very much into running and fitness and everything else. Has it been hard to kind of adapt?
If you've got money in the bank, you get interest out of it. So that ain't a problem. He's got a lot of miles in the bank, got a lot of money in the bank, and through doing different things like what we've done to adjust, he hasn't just stopped running and not done other things. He's trained very hard, and because he's hit all the numbers that I know he has to hit, like he's in a great place, mentally and physically.
How do you compare him in this camp to camps of the past, particularly like for Truax 1 and 2?
The difference is nothing to do with the physicality, it's to do with the mentality. The Truax fight was a fight that was just like another day at the office. There was no fear factor, there was no adrenaline rush, there was no bragging rights. It was just, let's do it. Cool, calm, collective, not really that nervous before the fight, even on the night of the fight. With this, different James DeGale. This is James DeGale. He's a buzz fighter. He's bouncing. He's firing. He's taking sparring partners to school. He's looking like James DeGale. And you'll see on the night what I'm talking about.
And as the trainer, I want to ask you about the training situation in the other side. You've got Ronnie Davies, who's obviously been around Eubank and his dad for years and years. He's still kind of part of the camp. But then you've got this new guy, head trainer, Nate Vasquez, who's just come in over from America, friends with Eubank, living in his house. And now he's going to be the head trainer on the night. How do you kind of see that all going?
Well, if you'd have been married for 5 years and you brought a wife over for 3 or 4 weeks and you thought, gosh, she's lovely. And after a couple of days you thought, I'm not too, like, what are you talking? You don't know the girl. You don't, like, how do you know it's going to work? So same answer to the question, how do you know it's going to work? Chris has always done his own thing. He's made that clear to everyone, that he does his thing, his own thing. So personally thinking, I think it can be more detrimental than advantageous. I think Ronnie Davies is a quality boxing man, quality trainer. And me, I would have stuck with Ronnie and gone with what you know. All of a sudden, you've got a stranger in your face on the night of the fight. Don't know if, madam, when you're asked to do X, Y, and Z, is Junior going to be able to respond? We don't know because he's never been there. So he's playing a very dangerous game of his career, but in the biggest fight of his life, risking his whole career on someone who might be good on the night. Might be brilliant in the gym, but he's never worked with him. Is he going to listen to him on the night? He says he don't need a trainer. Will his mindset change on the night? No one knows. Even Chris Jr don't know what's going to happen with that one. No one knows. I don't know. He don't know. The trainer don't know. But we'll find out. But one thing I do know, the trainer, you're going to have to tell him a lot of things on the night because you're going to answer a lot of questions.
On the flip side of that, you're going to have Paulie Malignaggi, former 2-weight world champion, helping you out in the corner on the night, although it's clear that you're still the boss, so it's a bit different from the Eubank situation. Just tell us the ways in which Paulie Malignaggi can be a benefit to you guys.
Paul's worked with us for years, like out in America and over here and back there. He's a friend of all of us, been a great help, he's experienced, he's been round the block, and it's calming influence, and sometimes two views are better than one, so we bounce off each other, so not a problem, brilliant.
How much of an advantage is it having him in the corner this time? Because in previous fights he hasn't been able to because he's been working for Showtime and so on.
Yeah, it's like I said, you got two brains rather than one. You cross ideas. Like I've sat in the corner with all different trainers: amateur Ronnie Smith, my coach, Terry Stewart, Paulie Malignaggi. Everyone sees fights differently. Everyone. So sometimes two opinions can be better than one. But I always make sure that I give the advice. So I make the final decision whether I agree with what they're saying as a head coach. But to have someone of that knowledge, it's only advantageous.
You said James is a buzz fighter. He's obviously well up for this fight because of the long-standing grudge between him and Eubank and some of the stuff Eubank said. Should he win this fight and all goes well, how do you keep that buzz going for the next fights? Because not everyone's going to be someone he hates as much as Eubank. Well,
it's a great question and an honest question. And you've seen James in fights when he weren't buzzing. Truax is a fine example. So without the buzz, it will be hard to James to deliver them performances. So he's at the stage of his career now, which comes to all the great fighters, including Ray Leonard, when all these big fights, he had to come back. He could get back and fight Hagler, but he couldn't get back and fight Joe Bloggs from down the road. But when you're motivated and rejuvenated, if you're a class act and a class fighter, you've always got that performance there. So I think after this fight, that's a great question. James would have to be motivated to go, right, yeah, I'm ready for that. But to just box a normal type of fight, I don't think it would do the job. He needs to have what he's got for this fight. He's buzzing, he's looking forward to it, he's ringing me, he's in the gym, he's on time, he's ready. So really just have to answer that question after the fight, I think.
Did you have similar issues in your own career? Because obviously you fought two of the greatest fighters of your era in Brian Mitchell and Azuma Nelson. Some of your other fights were European or domestic level. Did you find it a struggle to get up for certain fights compared to others?
Yeah, I think when you've been to the top of the mountain, there's only one way, Dan. So I think, and I've just come out with that statement, but it's so true. Because once you've boxed at that level, and then you come down, financially it's not the same. Like, it ain't the same buzz about the fight, ain't the same feeling. People don't really care. That's how you feel. It's really weird. So to box at the highest level, and like the adrenaline, the meaning, the turnout today, that's why. For James to come back now and fight just in a routine 6 or 8, I don't think he could get out of bed. I really don't.
So it needs to be all big fights from now on, basically.
Yeah, 100%. It's got to be a fight that ticks the boxes, that gets him that adrenaline rush that he's got for this one. And you know he's going to be in the gym, he's going to be up, he's going to be early, and wants to do it and buzzing. And when you see the level James boxed at, from Olympic gold medals to British and European champion and world champion, it'd be very hard to get motivated for anything but like a fight that ticks all the boxes. So it's an interesting question and it's an honest answer.
Brilliant. Well, we wish you the very best of luck next week, and we hope that DeGale's still got a year or two left in him.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.